once. You don't give step by step. Then wife is telling, oh, is it so? Yes. Oh, so how can you say that? Yes, I will show. So with the towel on his shoulder, he just leaves. Because that person had understood. Now he would have first got vexed, no, that I am loving my wife so much and yet she is dissatisfied. So leave this world. So that is how. This does not happen. You take a paper and pen, you decide whether I will do this and then I will leave the world. Never happens like that. It is another imagery of Sri Ramakrishna, that vyakulata, yearning, anxiousness for knowledge. How does it come? Just like that. This was asked by a disciple to a guru, and the guru took the disciple to the pond and then, or the river, whatever, and then dipped the head into the pond water, held it there for a lot of time, and then the disciple started gasping for breath, and then the guru took his head up and he said, how did you feel? So I was feeling like I will die. Exactly. When you will feel like that in this world, then it is the time for you to get knowledge. Deepta Shikha is the word in Sanskrit. What is the word? Deepta Shikha. Shikha means head. So Deepta Shikha. If your head is on fire, suppose, imaginary, suppose your head is on fire, what will happen? You will try to go to the nearest water source to, douse that fire, to put off that fire. So that is what will happen if you have true Vairagya. So, oh Maharaj, I think I should also understand about Vedanta. This also understanding of Vedanta never will take place. That will never happen. It is not that you have to understand AI, you have to understand, what is that, cryptography, and then you have to understand this, and you have to do PhD, and from 5 years onwards you will understand Vedanta, and then you will get Brahma Jnana. Never happens like that. So these flowers, and then these flowers, because they come, because you know that if you do this charity, you will get that. So automatically you are doing this because you know something. And also there is an element of desire there. So these flowers will lead to the fruits of means of survival. How you survive, that is the fruit. How means of subsistence, that is what I call RKM factor. What is the RKM factor? Roti, Kapada or Makan. Not Ramakrishna mission. So RKM factor. Like I remember long back, some 6 years back, one Swami in an ashram I was there. So a monk was very much like he was almost jumping with joy, because on the front page of Times of India he found that SRK, rocks or something. So I said, Maharaj, don't get too excited. It is not Sri Ramakrishna, but Shah Rukh Khan. So like that, it is not Ramakrishna mission, but Roti, Kapada or Makan. So this Roti, Kapada or Makan are the fruits. And what are the tastes? What are the tastes? There is like Sukha and Dukkha. Happiness and misery. Then this is how this goes. And then you have different nests in this. Then the tree is coming like this. So you can imagine the tree has got all the branches now. Then there are flowers, there are leaves, flowers, fruits, everything has come. So what will come? Automatically when there is a tree, what will happen? Suppose in the city there is a garden. In Advaita Ashrama, if you ever come to Advaita Ashrama, please come. And you will see in the back there is a garden. Have you seen? So you see a lot of birds coming to the place because lack of trees. So birds will come and then they will do what? They will have nests. So in some places it is very beautiful. They will create wooden nests, ready-made, so that the birds can come and stay there. Guest house. So like that, here there are nests. And what are the nests? Different worlds. Satya Loka, Brahma Loka, all these kinds of worlds are the nests. And what are the birds who make the nests? Brahma. Brahma, the four-faced Brahma, four-headed Brahma, starting from Brahma, they make the nests. And when nests are made, when the birds come, they will have definitely some sounds, bird calls. So beautiful websites are there where you will see the photo of the bird and also the call of the bird. In Advaita Ashrama there is a wonderful bird. It's called golden oriole. It's found in these parts. Black head and tail also black and little in chest black. Otherwise very pure yellow color. So it's called the golden oriole and it has a very wonderful sound actually. So this kind of sound they will make. So what are the sounds which are made in this tree? They are sounds of, suppose now I take a knife and go after some professor here sitting, no? Or maybe this our Neeraj, I go behind him. What he will say? Oh, bachao, bachao, bachao. This Maharaj has gone mad. Something like that he will cry. So that sound, alas, bachao, hi, hi. When you are suffering, you create that sound. If you don't know, then you can go to any ICU of any hospital. And then you will know, ah, ma, and it's all pathetic. That is why when you enter into a hospital, even if you are okay, you will fall ill. So this, or there is this other kind of sound. What sound? Tantra. Now what is a tantra? No, it's a discotheque in Kolkata. Oh, you are in Kharagpur, so you don't know. Tantra. Or this Soho. Like that, so many things are there. Wonderful discotheques. I have not gone. Don't get any ideas. So it's all timesofindia.com. So Tantra, there they make all this doom, 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 and then they do this shakalaka kind of thing, and that this disc jockey, DJ, they do all kinds of what you call disc management and all that. So that kind of sound. Or then there is another sound, singing. Singing, bathroom singing, to singing at Birla Memorial or singing in some other thing. And while coming, we had a samosa and stuff in one place, and there is this thing, orchestra. What orchestra? There's some all Kumar Sanu will come and sing. So everybody is now singing. Even in an ordinary marriage procession, you have singers, great, all orchestra. That, or instrumental music. You have this Hari Prasad Chaurasia, Zakir Khan, etc. Zakir Hussain. You know about Zakir Hussain? Swami Vivekananda says that while talking about women, he talks about prenatal influence. Now, anything which is traditionally told in India is wrong. That is our general understanding. So, but in today's medical science, it has been proven that medically, a woman is pregnant. So, whatever she thinks, whatever she does, has an influence on the embryo. It's called the prenatal influence. In Swami Vivekananda's time, when he is writing that, in 1896 or 1897, that time itself it was prevalent. The medical thing was prevalent. So now it is very advanced, and medical scientists or medical journals, you will find this. You can do Google Namaha, Google Scholar. There you will find a lot of papers on prenatal influence. Now why I am telling you this? Because there is a very concrete example of this. Allah Rakha, the father of Zakir Hussain, what did he do? When his wife when she conceived, she got pregnant, he started playing tabla 4 hours a day, I think 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening, in front of her. She will just sit in front of him and he will just play. So, after the birth of Zakir Hussain, it is told that he used to come and stay near tabla, always. And by the year of 1, he started playing tabla. By the age of 1 year, when he could not also properly speak properly, he started playing and he became a child prodigy. So, that is that. You have, and we have such examples in the mythology also. Mahabharata, you know, Abhimanyu, he knew how to go into that Chakravyuha. Then you have this example of Ashtavakra. How Ashtavakra? Ashtavakra is a person, a sage, who was born with 8 places, Ashta, Vakra, bent. 8 places of his body bent. Why? Because when he was in his womb, mother's womb, then his father was chanting some mantras. So he was so scholarly, even before birth. He had so much knowledge, maybe previous births onwards. So he heard that the mantra what chanting was being done was wrong. Then he, from the womb, he told his father, hey, you're telling everything is wrong. Correct it. So father naturally got upset and he said, you will be, his own son he cursed that he will be born in a very deformed manner. So these are all very much hints where we get about prenatal influence. So this prenatal influence is, why am I telling you this? It all came because of instrumental music. So Zakir Hussain, instrumental music, or then you have all this kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. In play also you have different kinds of sounds. That is another sound. Then you have that sound of crying, sound of laughing, sound of keeping quiet. On one mimicry competition, somebody said, okay, now I will show how a elephant makes sound, and they made the sound. Then how a dog will bark and bow or something. Then they kept quiet for some time. Then they asked, you tell us what is this sound? Then nobody could tell because the person kept quiet. Then again he said, I will again do it. Kept quiet for some seconds. And they said, what is this sound? Then they could not say. Then said, this is how an ant speaks. So like the different kinds of sounds, some are beyond our, both this, the decibel beyond our, I think this is 20 dB, 20,000 dB, I don't know. What, 20 to 20,000. Huh? Oh, 20 kilohertz. Acha, not dB. No, dB something else it will be. Anyway, so that is like ultraviolet and infrared. So both ends of the spectrum, we don't, that is why this dog thing is there. No, that is the the higher side of the spectrum. You have this dog whistle. Nobody can understand it. That was this beautiful movie. How many of you seen? Doberman Gang. Not seen? It's a wonderful movie. A person does a bank robbery. Not a very recent movie, but an old movie, the Doberman Gang. Please see, it's all downloadable from the internet. So a person commits a bank robbery using dogs, as a band of dogs. But somehow the dog whistle gets defective. So the dogs start behaving very funnily. So this is the whole movie. So anyway, just imagine if the dog whistle goes wrong, you don't understand. Only the dogs will understand. So these are the different kinds of sounds that are coming from there. And these sounds come from the enjoyment and the misery, enjoyment and the pain of living being. And how is this tree cut? Tree has to be cut because vriksha means something which can be cut. How is it cut? It is cut by vairagya. What is the definition of vairagya? Iha para sukha boga vairagyam. Viraga vairagyam. Iha para sukha boga viraga vairagya. Means you are detached from the enjoyment of sukha, happiness of iha in this world and the other world. So suppose somebody wants to say that okay, in this world I don't want enjoyment, but in the other world, that is in heaven, I will enjoy. That is not vairagya. Dispassion is the word, or detachment, dispassion. Why will somebody have vairagya? Because you know that your true identity is Brahman. Then you will have vairagya. Then this tree is compared to people tree. That is one comparison. But there is another thing. What is the tree? Ashwatha. What does that mean? Shwa means tomorrow. In Sanskrit, Shwa means tomorrow. Shwatha means something which will remain tomorrow. So you purchase some kind of sweet, it will not remain till tomorrow. So that is not Shwatha. So Ashwatha means which will not even remain till tomorrow. Means impermanent, temporary. So this world is compared to Ashwatha tree. You see such a huge tree, maybe there for so many years, and you say it is Ashwatha tree. We think Ashwatha means something great, but actually by definition Ashwatha means which is impermanent. Even that tree will go away. Maybe not in our lifetime, but sometime it will go away. It is unsteady. Why Ashwatha, why it is called people tree? Because it is always unsteady. The branches are always moving. No, some wind comes, it is always moving. So unsteady. Unsteady. And how is our world unsteady? Because of our work and because of our desire. Two sides of the same coin. Because of our actions, because of our desire. Everything is going on well, no problem. But we will not allow it to go on well. That is the problem. Everything is going on well, you come to the house and then you say, why didn't I get the coffee? Or if you get the coffee, why is the coffee so cold and all? So I used to think that, will people be really so ridiculous? Is it possible for people to be so ridiculous? Like somebody is making a coffee and giving you, simply drink it and be happy. No. So I saw, no, really people are there because they have their own logic, you see. Na, if you don't tell like that, then wo sar pe chad jayenge. So this is their logic. So you have to always keep them in check. So, and the other person also thinks like that. You keep in check. Hamesha paka ke doge to sar pe chad jayenge. So one day you will have no food at all. So the old food only from what you call fridge nikalo, garam karo or khao. So all this mutual understanding is that this person also thinks that sar pe chad jayenge, or that person also. So even if the world is going on, everything is going on well, we will not allow it to go on well. If you have something which is okay, which is sufficient for you, but then suddenly you will see that there is some deal. Nowadays online, every time there is some deal, no? Flipkart, it says 50% off. So if you go and then you purchase so many things, and now you don't know what to do with them. Also, you don't know what to do with the credit card bill. That is a different question altogether. Anyway, so this is what? There's so much of misery we create. Why? Because of the desire and because of the consequent action. And this action again will lead to the desire. You go to it's like reading. Reading is wonderful. People who are book lovers know this. You go and purchase a book because somebody told that that book should be read. It is must read. And suddenly you feel that you have not done a very important thing in your life, and you purchase the book. And what do you see? That book has a big list of bibliography in the end. So you purchase the book, read the book, and now you want to have all the books in the bibliography also. So it's like it goes on and on and on. There is no end to this. So desire leads to action, and action. You want to go to mall. Some mall is being opened in Kolkata, Quest Mall. Only luxury items will be there. So you go to the mall, and this is one, because you saw some Times of India news item that mall is open, you go to that mall. So this is desire. It made you go to that mall, and then you go there, and then you see what? You see Louis Vuitton. Or you Gucci or something, you see that. And 5 lakhs for I don't know why they pay 5 lakhs for that. Anyway, for a wonderfully hopeless bag, there is a 5 lakh rupees price tag. So suddenly now you want that. So one action, one desire led to one action. That action led to another desire. That will lead to another action. You may maybe do some bank robbery or something. And then you again go to that. So it goes on. It's a very vicious cycle. So this is what. So that again then downwards are the branches. I told you the imagery is from upwards to downward because the upwards is subtle. Down you go, it is all gross. And then it has got bees and it has got ghosts. So whenever there is a tree, there will be also what is called Brahma Daitya. A ghost will also be there. So the ghosts also there. They are all there in this universe, and most of the times it is there. They are there inside us. But this tree, though it has got all this pain, suffering, etc., things which we may not like, it is coming from where? Sanatanaha. It is existing from time immemorial. We don't know. Anadi. It is from beginningless, from the beginning of time. In Google, if you want to delete the history, Google Chrome, interesting they use, no? It will say history delete. How many of you have seen? 1 hour, 4 hour, today, 1 week, etc. Then from beginning of time, it's a beginning of time, you delete the history. Beautiful. So, like that, from beginning of time or from the beginning, there is no beginning. This is existing. And what is the basis? What is the ground for this tree of this universe? It is not black hole. Advaita Vedanta will say Brahman. Brahman. So, this tree cannot be false. Again, coming back to the classic example of snake and rope. There is a dark room. So, whenever you say a dark room, I remember Ranganathanji Maharaj was very fond of telling one thing. What is the difference between philosophy and theology? So, there was a debate. It is, of course, he reproduced from somewhere else. There was a debate going on between a philosopher and a theologian. Who was great? So, the philosopher was being poo-pooed by the theologian. He said, what is philosophy? Philosophy is trying to find a black cat in a dark room. That is philosophy. So what is the great deal about that? So the philosopher said that is okay, but theology is trying to find a black cat in a dark room and claiming to have found it. That is theology. So you say, I have arrived, I have found the black cat in a dark room. We had a very old puzzle. The whole idea of a puzzle is to take the attention from the actual point, and you create so many peripheries that people will be confused. That is the whole idea. So the puzzle is Amavasya Radh. So this Amavasya is called what? New moon, no? I don't know why there is no moon but new moon. But anyway, it's like it's an oxymoron. So Amavasya Radh, and the black car is going. Inside there is no light, and the person also is putting black coat and black. The person also is black, and then the black road. There is no street light. Everything black, and then a black cat crosses it. So then the person goes and tries to avoid the cat and something. There is no headlight also. No, but that is not told. So the person avoids the cat and somehow and goes and crashes in a lamppost, and that light वो on off हो जाती है, बुझ जाती है, off हो जाती है, बुझ जाती है, off हो जाती है, बुझ जाती है. Then why? This is the question.
Why does it change?
So off हो जाती है, बुझ जाती है. Then you tell both mean the same thing. Off हो जाती है, बुझ जाती है, off हो जाती है, बुझ जाती है. So like that, you confuse the person totally. There was another puzzle. It begins like this: that you suppose, let us suppose that you are the pilot of a plane. Then you go from here to Guwahati, and you the 100 passengers get down, 50 passengers get in. Then you go to this thing, what you call, you go to Mumbai. From there 23, and you make the figures all very arbitrary. 23 passengers get in and 15 passengers get down. Then you go to Delhi. So the person is trying to keep track of everything, and you do it for 6 minutes and 7 minutes, and then you say, now tell me the age of the pilot. So the person is thinking, what is the age of the pilot? You are the pilot. So like that. So the whole thing is like this. The puzzle is that dark room is there. There's no puzzle actually, it's very clear. Dark room is there, no light is there, and you go there. And then there is a coiled rope kept there. And you stumble upon the rope. So you don't wear your Nike and all juta. So just say barefooted, you stumble upon the rope. Maybe the rope is nylon rope, no? Some slithery kind of rope. So you stumble, and then you feel that it is snake. So you suddenly think that it is snake. A thick rope, you actually see python there, or no, black cobra there or something. So you see a snake. Now, if you go and bring a stick and beat the rope, will the snake go? It will not go. If you use carbolic acid, will the snake go? No. If you take that bean and you do this, all that Nagin type thing, it will not go. If you start chanting some mantra, provided you know some, then also it will not go. But you know that there is a snake now. Now when will this go? When you will switch on the light. With knowledge, with light, that this is not snake, but it is a rope. But what is the cause of the snake? Rope. Had there been no rope, would there have been any snake? Santosh, are you able to understand this? See, because there is rope, there is snake. If there was no rope, there would have been no snake. So without nothing, nothing can come. From out of nothing, nothing can come. So because the rope is there, snake thing. Similarly, the Brahman is there. So universe is there. So universe is not untrue. Your snake is not false. It is not like a mirage. Snake is not false. It is there very much. But you are seeing it as snake, it should be seen as rope. So the question is, oh Swami, you say that this world is unreal, but why is that I touch this and it feels so real? Immediately you ask this question. Everybody asks this question. Because this is real. Not as you see it. As Brahman, as consciousness, it is real. So as Santosh wearing this wonderful t-shirt is not true. But as consciousness, you are true. That is why everything seems so palpable and so solid, so concrete. That is the thing. So that is why it is told, tad eva, tad shukram. Shukram means white, something which is luminous, which is resplendent. Shukram, tad eva Brahma. Tad Brahma, that is the consciousness, that is Brahma. Tad eva Amritam Uchyate. And that is what is called as Amrita. Uchyate means called or told as Amritam. Tadeva Amritam Uchyate. That is called as Amritam. Amritam means what? Indestructible. Mritam, Mritam. Mritam means which is mortal. Amritam means immortal, which has no death or destruction. That is called. So in Chandogya Upanishad, we find a statement, Vacharambanam Vikara Namadeyam. So all these speech or these modifications, they are dependent on Vacharambanam. Vacha Arambanam. They are dependent on speech. So all these modifications are dependent on speech. Everything is nothing but word. See, people say there is no power in word. Okay, try calling a person a dog. You will immediately understand the power of the word. So you say, what is there? Why do you say it's all mantra and all that? No, this is all some kind of foolish stuff. Mantra has no power. Understood? Just go and tell a person that you are a dog or stupid or foolish. You will immediately understand. That is also a mantra of a different kind. So every word has got power. The idea here is, they are all manifestations of the same thing. Vikara Namadeyam. Different modifications of the same thing. So, Mrittika eva Satyam. This is this mud or clay, that is the true reality. From that you can make so many things. So similarly, this Brahman is the true reality. Because of ignorance, you can think so many things. So the pig will think that a huge pig is the God. Human being will think huge human being is a God. Tomorrow if suppose Robo comes, so Robo will think a huge, supercomputer is the God. So that is what. This is what we have to understand. So our idea should be to sarve loka ashritah. This Brahman, tasmin, this Brahman, in this Brahman, on this Brahman, sarve loka, all these worlds are dependent. All this world, everything is dependent on this true reality. And kachanana atyeti tat-u. Nobody can cross this Brahman. Nobody can go beyond this Brahman. So this is that point, which is the last point in creation. The beginning of creation. After that, there is no point. So this is that point. So nobody can cross that Brahman. Atyeti. Nobody can. So this is what is being told. Now, if you say that, then you can say that why do you want to put a point from which everything comes? Why don't you say that everything comes out of nothing? Why do you say that there is this point from which everything? So this is the tree, upside down. It is very simple to do in computer, but very difficult to understand in the real life. So in computer you take a JPEG and just go to some Picasa or Photoshop and just do this 90 degree, then it will become. Now Photoshop is a very dangerous software. So many things can be done. So here you see root is Brahman, seed is ignorance, and trunk is diverse subtle bodies. Growth happens because of water of desires. Sprouts are sense objects. Leaves are Vedas, logic, etc. Flowers are sacrifice, charity. Tastes are happiness and sorrow. Fruits are means of subsistence. Nests are the seven worlds. And sounds are of mirth and grief. Then cut by the weapon of detachment. Now you see, this is the second mantra. Now the question can come that why do you say that this Urdhva Moolam Madashakam, this top is the root and that is Brahman? Why don't you say that there is nothing? From nothing it came, suddenly it came. Why don't you say that? First of all, it will be illogical and unscientific. But even then, if you say that no, we can say it came, suddenly it came. Then he says no, no, no. Because everything is dependent on Brahman. Everything is dependent on Brahman. So, for that no logic is given. But again it is told. Now you may think that they will suddenly prove that no, it cannot be proven. It is something which cannot be proven. And I don't think ever science can prove it. Because for proving something, you need the reference of something else. So this is the idea. Correct me if I am wrong. This is pure logic, Suppose you have to prove something. Suppose you have to prove this. You have to prove this based on something else. It can be a hypothesis, an axiom, whatever. So, if you have to prove the starting point of creation, then there has to be some other reference which should be taken course of to prove that. Are you getting it? So, you can never prove the starting point of creation. Starting point of creation has to be just taken like that. So, it has to be, hypothesis will be the starting point of creation. That is the thing. So, similarly here, the Upanishad says that yes, now I will tell you why that nothing comes out of nothing. But then it does not tell us, it just says that yes, Brahman is the basis of everything. What does it say? Yadidam kincha jagat sarvam prana ejati nisritam mahad bhayam vajramudyatam ya etad jagat sarvam, in this universe, jagat means something which moves, something which is permanent, impermanent, temporary, not permanent. So in this entire universe, whatever, sarvam yadidam sarvam kincha ejati nisritam, it comes nisritam, it emerges, and ejati, it moves. Ejati means moves or acts. Why? How does it happen? Everything, whatever you see, it comes from prana. It comes from prane. Actually, it is prane. Prane, you have to add one more word, sati. Because prana does not mean that prana vayu here. Here prana means Brahman. So it's very difficult to understand the connotation of a word. Atma is used in many places as the body, many places mind, prana. So that is why we need commentators. I have been telling this earlier also. Imagine what will happen to people who will not understand the meaning of, say, PhD. People will not understand. There will be even now there is a serious confusion. PhD means Doctor of Philosophy or Pizza Hut delivery. So this confusion remains. So PhD, so to understand that connotation, or MP3. So we need commentators. So Neeraj, I think, will write a commentary on this, no? So you can, there are so many ideas. You can write a commentary on there is a dictionary, if you don't know, online. Most of you may be knowing, Urban Dictionary. So it has got the non-conventional meanings of terms. So you go to Urban Dictionary, anybody can also put the entry there. So you have all this PhD, you can add Pizza Hut delivery. So like that. This non-conventional, what you don't find in the dictionary, either it is too bad to put in the dictionary or too obscene or something, or it is too local, colloquial. All this you will find in Urban Dictionary. How many of you have used it? Urban Dictionary? None. Thank you. It helps me, because what I am talking about, if nobody knows, I can talk whatever I want. So, now, whatever comes, prane sati, because this Brahman is there, everything, jagat sarvam kimcha, whatever exists in this universe, nisritam, comes from this Brahman, and ejati, goes on. Mahad bhayam vajram udyatam. Vajram is the thunderbolt of Indra, who is supposed to be the king of devatas, gods. So, vajram udyatam. Udyatam means something which has been udyoga. Udyatam means to do or to be done. Udyoga means your effort, endeavor. So udyatam means which is about to be struck. No, somebody takes the this thing, rod, and is about to beat you. So that is udyata, is going to beat you. He or she is going to beat you. So vajram udyatam, it is like an uplifted thunderbolt. So thunderbolt, like there's something like this Harry Potter, they will say this thing. What is that? Nobody knows any spell of Harry Potter? Luminous. No. Luminous is very simple. What is this? Anybody? Seriously. Actually, there are nowadays, as far as I know, there are serious competitions, no, where you have these wands and you say this thing, I will also say this thing and that. Nobody knows any kind of, what is this? No? Alohomora, like that one is there. Means what? It will open a lock. There is whole website, Harry Potter website. They give you t-shirts, they give you wands, they give you scrolls, so stuff like that. So you say, Alohomora or Patronus, that is one charm. So Patronus charm is used to drive away Death Eaters. See how much Harry Potter you should know. Patronus, you do like this, Patronus charm, very difficult to produce. So thunderbolt is like that, you just do like this and the other person dies. So, or some thunder will fall, doom, 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 like that, and then one tree will be burnt, etc. So, Vajram Udyatam. Say, Brahman Mahad Bhayam. It's like a great terror, Brahman. Why is it being told like that? Brahman is something from which everything has come, and we are telling that it has come because of our ignorance, and the whole point is to go beyond this ignorance, go beyond duality. Then why is it being told, etc.? It is a way of speaking. It's a imagery again, to make us understand that Brahman is the basis or the substratum of everything. Vajram Udyatam. Ya etad viduhu, those who know this, amritaha te bhavanti. Te amritaha bhavanti. Those who know that Brahman is like a thunderbolt which is about to be stuck, and because of the terror of Brahman everything takes place, they become immortal. Amritaha bhavanti. So this is the idea. So just like in a place you see that usually in a classroom everybody is talking to another, no, general discussion going on till the professor gets in. Sometimes depends on the professor, of course. If the professor gets in, either they were silenced, and after professor coming they start discussing. So it depends on the professor's caliber. So this, and some places you see that the boss is being scolded or criticized, and the moment like that they say, no, this kind of serious language, no name is there, like that they say immediately. All the are all suddenly gone, and this alt tab is a very good key combination. You know, no, alt tab. Suddenly you are watching some movie, VLC, GOM, everything goes away, and suddenly you are all very seriously doing work. And somehow this is the office psychology. Everybody starts doing serious work just before 4:30 or 5 o'clock. They are all very much, everybody will be on the desk and doing serious work, because after some time the bell will go. So, like that. So this, seeing a master of the house, servants start working. Seeing just before appraisal, everybody wants to be in good books. Nobody will take phone calls in the office because appraisal. So like that. So seeing the master, everybody becomes very disciplined. So it says that seeing Brahman, it is again an imagery. The planets move in synchrony, universe goes. So now you can ask a counter question, what happened to Brahman? Philin came. Nothing like that. This is all just an imagery. So everything happens of Bahad Bhayam, great, what you call, fear of Brahman, fear of the ultimate reality. Just like the master is feared, or Saddam Hussein, or some king, or some dictator is feared. Uncle Sam is feared. So like now Uncle Sam's condition itself is very poor. Anyway, so that like that somebody is feared. So that everything happens. It's an imagery to tell that everything is dependent on the ultimate reality, Brahman. Do you have any questions?
I have one.
Yeah.
That Antrakana remembers everything, the experience of previous birth.
Who remembers?
Antrakana.
Antakarana. It is not remembering. Actually, there is no conscious action. What I will tell you is Antakarana. This mana, it is not conscious. It is material. So it does not remember. It is stored there.
Now, actually, the experience of death was there.
Hmm.
So, experience of death can also experience that it can say that he is not the body because he is leaving the body. When he is leaving the body, that experience is there. So, still after taking new birth, again he forgets it and he thinks that he is the body. Why everything else like from previous birth is stored?
No, it is stored, but do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember? Actually, all your experiences are stored, but it is not remembered. There are 3 levels of experiences, you see. One is the experience which you remember. Even in this very life, if I ask you, what is the breakfast you took on 23rd December 1992? Do you remember? So, you see, that happened very much in this life, but you don't remember. It has gone to a plane of your consciousness which is not conscious now. So, there are probably 3 types of consciousness. One is your consciousness which you remember now. Another is which you don't remember, forgotten but of this very life. Another consciousness is which is not of this life but it is there. So these consciousness or these experiences, these memories, they become what are called samskaras. You might not have remembered, or you may not remember what breakfast you took on 23rd December 1992, but suppose, say, that is the first time you took, say, sushi. You will remember that yes, in my life I have once taken sushi. So see, the sanskara remains. So sanskara remains. Your memory may not remain, but the sanskara definitely remains. And in the samskara also, depending upon the mind control and your spiritual practice, etc., some samskaras come up to the surface and produce new experiences or produce new desires. They are exactly like seeds. So they produce new desires. Some samskaras, because of your spiritual practice, may become damaged. They will not produce any effect. So that is why it is told that a person who gets knowledge of the identity of Atman Brahman, a person who gets self-realization, Brahma Jnana or Atma Jnana, that person's desires become like Dagda Bija, means like roasted seeds. So coffee, it's also a seed, but if you roast it, then no plant will come out of that. So desires remain, but there will be the seeds remain, samskara remain, but there will be no new desires out of that.
My question is that the experience of death, which is separating from the body.
That is there. That is as a sanskara there. It is as a sanskara, but you will not remember it. That's what I am telling you. It's there as a samskara. Why? How do we know it is there? That is why when a person is just even getting a hint of death, you run. How do you do that? That is what is called abhinivesha, clinging to the body, abhinivesha. When somebody is going to come and beat you or kill you, you run, you try to save yourself. And at that time, even a very lean kind of person will have tremendous strength that is the final strength a person shows. Imagery is like before a lamp dies, completely extinguishes, it will burn. No, he has the experience of death. That is because of death. Pain is of course there, but death experience is there. But it is sanskara. You don't remember it, because if you remember it, it will be like Ramana Maharshi's experience, near death experience. You will remember that. Any other question?
Maharaj, so many unwanted thoughts keep on coming to our mind because of sanskaras. We don't want them to come, still they come. On the other hand, we want the God's thought to come to our mind or Brahman, but despite so much of effort we are putting, they don't come. Why so?
So because of the repetitions. Because of the repetitions. You see, just imagine in a day of 24 hours, we sleep so many hours. What do we talk? So in a week, maybe you are attending Katha Upanishad class for 2 hours, say 1.5 hours. Other times, what do you do? And then how many times do you take food? How many times you think of your body? How many times you stand in front of the mirror? So you just make a calculation. Bedroom to bathroom to dining hall. These places, how much of our time we spend. And the other time, how much time we spend in great momentous questions of whether black hole is really black, whether there is something inside, etc. No, there is a great thing. No, geometry of black hole is a huge subject. So geometry of black hole is there. Then now what is the inside structure, outside structure, etc. is there. Most of the time we are dabbling in duality. We are dabbling in matter. We are dealing in matter. So now Swami Vivekananda puts it very clearly. If it is true that my present is the result of my past actions, that means my future is the result of my present actions. So if I do good actions now, my future will be better. As simple as that. So what we need to do is we need to have a cyber patrol in our brain. Antivirus. Norton ka lagao, kuch bhi lagao. So you see, what is that? Vitaraga bhaya krodha. Then manmaya mam upashritaha. Bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavam agataha. So bahavo jnana tapas. This jnana tapas, intellectual austerity we need to do. 4th chapter, 10th shloka. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. Manmaya mam upashrita. One who is directed towards me, whose mind is attached to me, Sri Krishna says to Arjuna. Mam upashrita, who is dependent on me. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. One who has transcended raga, attachment, bhaya, fear, and krodha, anger. Bahavo jnana tapasa. And how? Puta madbhavam agata. He becomes pure, puta. How? Bahavo jnana tapasa. By lot of intellectual austerity. What is that intellectual austerity? You are sitting in this class. And because of my talking also, I say PhD and pizza delivery and all kinds of things other than Katha Upanishad. So you suddenly start thinking of Pizza Hut, then you say, oh, Tropicana, this thing, you go to pizza. No? So that is not Jnana Tapas. So you say, oh mind, you have no point in going to pizza. Come back again. Yata yata. Yata yata nischarati manas chanchalam astiram. As and when, yata yata, when, means whenever, mana nischarati chanchalam mana. Nischarati means deflects, goes away. Tata tato tato niyamyaitad. Then, whenever that happens, then. Tata means then. Niyamyaitad. You control it, bring it back. Atmani eva vasham nayet. And you nayet, lead it to control, vasham, atmani eva, on atman alone. So that is the idea. That is the idea. So you have to have this. What am I thinking? Constantly you should have a firewall in your brain. Constantly thinking. What am I thinking? We spend a lot of time in thinking really useless things. Much of our waking time is wasted on useless things. And you ask real things, nobody is bothered. See, even literature. There's wonderful pieces of literature which evolves our mind. You don't study literature. What are you doing? You are playing some useless game. No, all time waste. Because no matter how many ammunitions you use or how many levels you cross, in real life you are going to gain nothing by that. Are you? Your experience before that T0 when you started that game and of T1 when you finish that game, you remain the same person. Only thing is you have wasted so much of your lifetime. So you were a fool, you become a greater fool. Gobi ka fool. So that is why most of the time our waking state is spent. Even if you are watching a movie, what is that you get from it? Always consciousness. You have to analyze. No, before watching a movie, if I watch this movie, what will I get from it? Get means not in the terms of material gain. How will I evolve? How will I become better by watching a movie? So people watch movies like what? Completely this. There are 6 songs in that movie. There is like hero can do anything. He jumps and he, like I saw this one Rajnikant movie is there. There are 2 people standing and this Rajnikant fires one bullet and suddenly Rajnikant remembers it's actually a movie. No, Rajnikant remembers that there are 2 people and bullet is going like this in the center. And then he takes a knife and all the time bullet is still going. And he puts the knife and that bullet is cut into 2. 2 people die and that knife comes back to him. So maybe this is too much, but too much it may be, but it is Rajnikant movie, no? Mind you. So mind it. So, but this type of movies you see, instead of reading books which will evolve you, you read all kinds of nonsense books. What all people know that 2 people meet, they fall in love, and then they quarrel, and then again they fall in love, and everything happy ending. What does it even mean actually? Or is it something great, some news? Nothing. A person was hungry, he ate food, finish. And it's like some modern poetry, or one Bengali poetry. Ami boshechilam, pakha cholchlo, niche omelette. Adunik kavita. They are actually reciting this poem. I said, what is this? What is the kind of poetry we have come to know? And another one, Adunik Kavita, no? This modern Khan, ki band, ki antenna, panchte kak, surer barota baji dilam. This kind of this thing, people who understand Bengali followed it. So, antenna, panchte kak, surer barota baji dilam, and that is the song. So, postmodern music. What does it even mean? Nothing. So we waste our time like that. We're telling realistic. I also take bath. You see a movie which shows only that a person is coming, eating some pizza, taking bath, and again sleeping and doing all kinds of stuff which you also do. How does it evolve you? Wasted time. You don't have time. How does it evolve you? You read something, even knowledge by something which will enrich you. Constantly you have to be alert. What is that? Na jayate va vipaschit. That was the word which was used in Katha Upanishad. Vipaschit. Vishishta rupena pashyati. Chit. Chit means consciousness. So one who is very clearly, very vividly aware of the fact that one is not ordinary person, but a conscious being. Manush. Man, jar man ache, hush ache. Taito. Manush. Manush is the word for a human being in Bengali. What does Sri Ramakrishna say about that? Man, one who has man, means self-respect. And hush, one is conscious, alert. That is a person. That is a Manush. Not just having a nose and 2 eyes and ears. That will not make you a human being. So that you need to, your answer to the question is that you have to be always alert. No, man. Okara. Any other questions? No other questions? So, questions now, no questions, we have understood everything. No questions. Shall I ask some question? Huh? No, that is something you should not do. So, no, what is the, in one sentence, every one of you, tell me what is the crux of Katha Upanishad. Please you tell me. Silent spectator, no? Silently spectator will not happen here. What is one sentence, tell me a summary of Katha Upanishad. Anything, any language you tell me.
Actually, there is no death.
Okay. You tell me. Okay, but whatever you have understood, not the entirety, but something.
That man is perishable, soul is not, Brahman is there.
Fine. Then you.
There is nothing like death.
Same thing people will not tell. You tell me. একই বললে হবে না, আর একটু বলুন। এই জন্য আপনার কাছে এলাম, আমার পড়াশোনা বেশি তো। বলুন। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, পাস করলাম আবার। হ্যাঁ না না, আর কিছু বলুন। ওটা তো বলেছে, 3 জন বলে দিয়েছে অলরেডি। আর প্রশ্ন ছিল। No, no, both of you. First you and then the word is better half, no? Okay, better off. Wow, this is something, easy method. What does that mean? And what is the next line? Mithya. Then next line? Jiva Brahmaiva Naparaha. That is also important. Jiva is only Brahman. Yes. You, Devashish ji, connect the line. What is one sentence or 2 sentences? The best method to make people speak is ask them questions. No, because you will not speak, I know. Breaking the ice. Please tell me. Huh? Tell me something. He got the connection, no? I am asking you. Yeah, please tell me. Okay, you tell me. I will come back to you. You tell me. আপনি বলুন। এই সোমনাথের পিছনে বসে আছে। হ্যাঁ না না, আপনি আরেকটা বলুন না, একটা দিক বলুন। আপনি Yeah, you have told. So now, yeah, now we can go to Professor Mandal. You have to come out of that. Neeraj? Jiva Brahma Aikyam. What does that mean?
Jiva is the what we consider ourselves to be. Brahma is what we really are. And Aikyam is to realize that we are really one.
No, Aikyam means unity. Jiva Brahma Aikyam means we and Brahman are, individual soul is Brahman the same. So now, yes, you tell me. Huh? শ্রেয় ছেড়ে প্রেয়কে নিতে হবে না, প্রেয় ছেড়ে শ্রেয়কে নিতে হবে, প্রেয়কে ছেড়ে শ্রেয়কে নিতে হবে। Now you tell me, tell something, no? The baby has gone other places, I can come back to you, please. कुछ भी कहिए ना। No, it need not be correct or wrong or something. Tell something, whatever comes to your mind. Huh? You tell hello, something like that. We want to hear your voice. Huh? My God.
He understood maximum.
So what, you have become like totally Brahmagyani or what? Acha, now summarize. What today we studied?
Summarize. The whole of existence is compared to a inverted Ashwatha tree.
Don't call it existence, because then Brahman also comes under existence.
Whole of the perceived
Whole of the universe.
perceived universe.
No, there is only one universe, perceived universe.
Whole of the
Universe.
universe is
Because when you say existence, Brahman also is